Joe Arpaio is the sheriff of Maricopa Country in Arizona. Controversial and outspoken, Arpaio often boasts about his get-tough approach on illegal immigration. He's also built a reputation for his unconventional law enforcement tactics. He once housed inmates in outdoor tents, clothed them in pink underwear, and served them discolored green and blue meat, safe but unsuitable for sale to the public. Africa 54's Vincent Makori spoke with him in Cleveland.
So why am I controversial? Because I try to do the job. I'm an elected sheriff. I report strictly to the people. Over 4 million people I report to. And that feels good because when I was in my other life with the feds, I was a police officer in Washington. I was just on another station. I walked the black beat, the toughest in America, for 4 years. Had a lot of assaults on me, locked up a lot of people, but we never brought this racial thing out. Now everybody's shooting everybody else, shooting cops. So where have we come in this country today?
Now you are in the real frontline state as far as immigration is concerned. This is a very controversial issue. What to you is important, and how do you make sure that people don't feel that they're unfairly being targeted or being kicked out of this country, or even stopped from coming into this country when they need to come?
Everybody throws the race card out. They can't get me on anything else, so they say I'm a racist. I'm not a racist. Come on, I lived in Turkey. I was head of the Federal Drug Enforcement, Turkey, the Middle East, Mexico City, South America. I can go on and on. So I know the foreign people. My mother and father came here legally from Italia, Napoli. So I do have a little history dealing with international organizations, presidents, people. Now I'm here. I happen to be 30 miles from the U.S.-Mexican border. I've worked 35 years at the Mexican-U.S. border on both sides. So I think I'm one guy that knows where Mexico is. And by the way, when they talk about all the deportations that Obama is bragging about, let me tell you this. I've done surveys in my jail. 6,000 people in the jail for other crimes were here illegally. Turn them over to ICE. Over 38% have come back to the same jails I run. 38%. One guy came back 24 times. He should have been deported. If he was deported, we must have a real bad border for this guy coming back 24 times. But they're being let out on the back streets. So if you're going to have deportation policy, you ought to follow it.
Now, what is your relationship like with particularly those who are immigrants from, say, Mexico? In your state, what do they tell you? Not necessarily those who are here illegally, but those who are here legally.
Illegally here?
Those who are here
legally. I don't know. I can't seem to convert them. Every time I have demonstrators around the country, I go out and talk to them, meet with them. They scream at me. Al Sharpton led 10,000 people against me. But you know what? I had him in my office after that. We sat down, we talked. So I like to talk to people to give them the real story. But it's very difficult sometimes now to talk with all this race stuff going on, illegal immigration. You know, so it's a little, we're living in a tough time right now.
That was Joe Arpaio, Sheriff of Maricopa County in Arizona. Be sure to join Africa 54 on Thursday and continuing coverage of the Republican National Convention.